Everyone, so it's Mark, Queen's Chastity Makeup, and I'm finally getting around to doing a full tutorial. Ooh, got something in my eye. Tonight, just to let you guys see how it is I paint, because I have a lot of local friends that want to know. I have a lot of distant friends who want to know. I have a lot of just everybody who wants to know. And I really enjoy doing it. I really have a good time doing it. And, you know, paying for drag for me, if I'm going to do it in a quick hurry, if I'm running out the door, it takes me about an hour. If I want to, you know, sit and take some time, it could take an hour and a half, 2 hours, just depending on, you know, how much I'm going to need to go into it. Sometimes 40 minutes if I'm before a show. You know, and I'm really, pushing it, trying to get there and everything. I can do 40 minutes, but prefer not to. This is going to go on for a long time, just warning you now, because I have the ability to tape and tape and tape and tape and tape on YouTube now, which I love that. And it's not going to be in segments, so there's no excuse that any of the footage went missing. You'll be watching it as I do it. I can be able to watch myself in the computer monitor so we can see everything in action. So I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy this. So as you can see, I'm at the powder stage, looking like Powder from the movie Powder, because I have already glued down my brows with glue stick. I may have to let a kitty out soon, just to let you guys know. This is going to be exactly like raw uncut, like how I do it when I'm just sitting in my room painting by myself. Where did I put that? Okay, you know what Elmer's glue stick looks like, though. I don't really have to probably go into detail. But it is very important you only go with Elmer's. Do not use Rose Art. Do not use off Dollar General brand. You do not. There's certain things in drag you can Dollar General and get away with and do cheapo on. And there's certain things that you can't. You just can't. There's certain things that, foundation, for one, which I did use tonight, Max Factor Pan Stick. Yeah, I actually managed to have not used this up in, the, 4 or 5 years that it is no longer sold in the U.S. Anyway, just now, almost to the end. Anyway, there's certain things that you can go with, and there's certain things you can not, go without. I'm just a hot mess of different things tonight. So bear with me, but we're going to get there, and we're going to look pretty in the process, right? So, like I said, I've already covered my brows with the Elmer's. I do have already a video on that, so you want to go back. I'm going to go ahead and you can go back into the Queen Chastity videos and see where I had started doing tutorials for this and then stopped. I know you want out. I'll let you out. That one's out. Out! Little girl, out! Oh, you want to stay. Just don't annoy me. You're going to annoy me. Okay. So, yeah, like I was saying, you already have a tutorial on that, so that's why I didn't go into that tonight. And then you also have already a tutorial on, what is it? Oh yeah, the foundation. I can't bring things up tonight, so excuse that for me. I'm being special tonight, so. But, yeah, definitely make sure to go back and look at those. I did do something different. I didn't use Cody powder tonight. Cody powder. I used... And yeah, I do use these little tubs. These are great for powders. I used Ben Nye's neutral set. Anything Ben Nye I am in love with. And a lot of drag queens will tell you that, especially ones in Central Illinois, around where I live. They all swear by Ben Nye. They use everything Ben Nye. They don't use anything drugstore, pretty practically at all. They're probably mascara, probably liner, but other than that, a lot of it's Ben Nye. So, let's see. Let's just get to the tutorial then, where we left off. I believe you guys haven't seen me contour, and if you did, it's been a really long time, and I've probably changed it up a little bit. I need to find this the color I was using? I don't think I was using this color. Maybe I was. I thought I had something different. Yeah, where's Quartzstone? I know it wasn't yanked. Seriously, things are like either missing or misplaced really bad. So tonight we'll just use, because I can always improvise, and that's what you have to do with drag. Sometimes this stuff happens. Sometimes you get to your event and you know what you thought you packed with you isn't what you packed with you. Like I've actually gone to a club without glue stick, and my brows weren't covered yet. I pretty much just left with my normal. I just left it with my normal brows and worked them out. You know, that's just what you have to do. You have to just, you know. Oh, I thought those tweezers had been yanked. No, they're still with us. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to use a dark brown. Any dark brown would do. I'm going to use this dark brown out of this Mark face quad thing. Really, for me, any dark color of brown works. Anything super matte. You do not want to do shimmers or like bronzers with your face contouring because it isn't going to look good under lights. So we're going to start with the forehead. I always start with the forehead first. Why I do, it's just out of habit. I don't even know really why. If you're going to wear like a lace front wig, or if you're going to wear a wig that's not going to need you to need this dark of a contour up here, then don't do it. But I'm going to be wearing a wig tonight after I get all this video done, and there's not going to be anything that's going to transition my forehead to the wig. So that's why we do this. So I just want to explain that, because I don't understand. I think some people don't understand why. Like, I remember one of the first times I did drag for aesthetics class, the first question they asked was, why is there so much brown on your forehead? And that's why. Because otherwise you don't have a transition. And you also have to realize that this is for stage. You know, this is meant to be dramatic, it's meant to be 3D, it's meant to pop, it's meant to, you know, be seen from the back of the room. And if you don't do this, your face is not going to have any structure. You're just like right now, you know how at the beginning of this video my face is completely washed out, completely blank. That's not good. No, it's not cute. So I'm going to take this color from this $3 e.l.f. duo, blush bronze duo. It's just really awesome. I really love the color, and it's a little bit warmer than the brown I'm using, and I'm just going to like transition from one brown to the other brown just to kind of give it a little bit of warmth so it's not so, you know. So see how that's like warming that up a little bit, making it pretty. But definitely make sure, especially in your root area, you hit it with the real dark. And you're going to want to do this especially before you put on your wig. And if you have to reapply this, because most likely between your numbers, you're probably going to sweat it off. You're probably going to sweat off, and you might even have a line from where your wig sat. And you're going to want to take that off, and you're going to want to start over again. You're going to start all that over again, because if you don't, then you're going to end up with a line. And if you're dancing with your wig, if you just start with like your wig on when you do this, you're going to see clearly, hey, it's going to be very clockable. That's getting there. It looks a little extreme right now because you don't have anything else on, but believe me, it's going to look great. So from this point on, you're going to need to get a index card, or like I use, like whenever I shop for things, the cardboard pieces from them, I use those a lot because they're just already sturdy. They're all going to be trash anyway. So we might as well recycle or use it for some other purpose than just trash. So I'm going to take more of that dark brown color, and I'm going to do my temples. And you want to always make sure when you do your temples, you do them like right there, like where your natural brow you can tell meets after you've covered it. And you're going to want to make sure you do it like as high as possible, because what we are doing essentially is feminizing and slenderizing the face. And you want to make sure that, you know, you are going to make it look slender. Because if you do just like this flat line like this, like I've accidentally done in the past, it's going to widen your face actually. You're going to end up looking more masculine. Your face is going to look blocky. So, yeah. That is that. And you want to do the other to the other side. And if I also feel like it's a strong possibility that that night I'm going to be doing a really neutral eye, I'll carry this down and then bring it into my eye a little bit. Which I am going to be doing a more neutrally eye tonight. Just because I want to start with a neutral color, and then we can get to showing you guys how to add some color to the mix. Because I find color a little bit sometimes even almost complicated, because you really want to make sure that, I always want to make sure that if I'm going to do color, I still look fishy, you know? You still want to look believable. And there's a fine line between, like, I like to look a little clowny, I like to look a little bit campy, but I also, on the other hand, want to still look real. So there's a fine line. Okay, so we're going to now take Pretty Pink by Ben Nye. It is a highlight powder, and you can find it at theater stores. I'm going to go right underneath that color that I just sculpted on my temples. And you're going to want to, like, do that to it. You're going to want to cut it up, and you're going to want to really make it show. And I picked this up from another queen from watching her. I did not pick this up actually from, you know, a drag mother or anything. I just liked the look, knew how she did it, and started doing it. I really liked the look on me, so. And we're just going to let that just sit there and do is what we all call cook. In other words, just let it just sit there and do its thing. It's not quite clean edges right now, I realize, but I always come back around and clean things up towards the end, or make things more intense. Just depends on, you know, that's like towards the end. Polishing up, that kind of stuff. So, another thing that I usually do even before I start contouring that I forgot is I usually also take my Pretty Pink and I'm going to pat it on my natural brows. And you're going to want to use nothing frosty in or around this area. Like, you're not going to use colors that look like this. You know, real shiny, that are going to be reflective or metallic. Because what that's going to do is it is going to pick up onto the brows and just make them look even worse than you even covered them up for. So, there's really no point once you've put the frosty shadow on. So that's why I stick to almost 90% matte. Matte shadows when I do drag. I mean, I'll do shimmery and glittery ones. I'll add glitter to my eyes. But you're going to want to really make sure that you're careful that you don't go too far up. And I already know that I want my highlight area up here to be a white, but I really like the effect of that the Pretty Pink does, because it's already going to look like that same similar white down here, and it's going to look like this white up here and like down here and everywhere else. So I just one day picked it up and put it on my brows and was like, works for me. I have taken this white before and used it before. I mean, I don't know. It was alright. I don't know if it was my cup of tea, but it was alright. I'm wearing a nasty A-line shirt or tank because you don't want to get all prettied up in drag and then realize I have a very tight collared shirt on and I can't get it up over my hair, I can't get it up over my makeup, or wear a buttoned shirt. Just whatever you expect to get ruined with makeup, because it gets ruined with makeup. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do, what I should have done in the damn first part of the video, is put on my highlight, and you're going to want to put it right at the apples, like right up at the top of the apples of your cheeks, right underneath your eyes. It's not only just to give you your cheek that color and that, you know, clear, strong cheek, but it's also, I also like to pack a lot of it on to protect from really fallout prone shadows. But right now we're just doing it to let it set there and cook again and just kind of get in there and do its business. I don't think, yeah, my blush is in there. I didn't think I had her in there. Okay. Yeah. You look like a freakazoid at first, won't lie. You start looking more like a freak than you do pretty, and then you end up looking pretty. It's my cocoon. Okay, so after I've done the forehead, I usually already have this on first, because I'm an idiot and didn't do it. So let's get to the cheek. Now, when I do my cheeks, I don't keep them straight anymore. I used to do them straight, like a straight line. But since that doesn't look too natural, and since after a lot of experimentation, in fact, a lot of stuff with drag is, especially in makeup, is experimentation. I'm going to start off straight in a straight line, and then I'm going to curve in and go with my cheek and go up. You don't want to go too far though, or you're going to get into your natural beard shadowy area, and then it'll kind of give you a mustache-esque look. So let's see here. The best way is to just, you know, is just show you sometimes. And I love these e.l.f. brushes because they're cheap. Like, they're a buck, literally buck. And I swear by these for my doing my cheeks. And you'll want to really keep smiling and keep smiling. It's a little low. But remember, you can always clean up. And you can always darken, because I'm going to have to darken this, definitely in the corners. Okay. So you get that kind of effect. And then you're going to want to blend up. Everyone still following me? And then the tough part is getting the other side to look the exact same way. So we're going to get to the other side. We're getting there. And really, the key to cheeks, the key to a lot of things with makeup is blend. You just gotta keep on blending. And I like getting the darkest part up here because that is it's playing with your natural cheekbone. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So now I'm going to take more Pretty Pink. I use a lot of this stuff. I love the Velcro sound of your beard against these things when you go down here. Oh, love it. Just need someone to rip my eyes out. Okay. And what this is doing is not only giving dimension, but it's also cleaning up any mistakes. You might have gone too low. I don't know. All I know is that I do it every time, and I really like the effect it gives. And remember, when you're doing this, you're going to be blending away a lot. Okay. Just when you think I'm done. Nope, in for more. Okay. So, another thing we're going to do is for chubbier queens, you don't have to do this if you're thinner, but for chubbier queens, I tend to really love to do my jawbone area underneath because of my double chin. So I'm going to take this lighter brown, because you don't want this to be super intense, because then it just looks not cute. Use the same brush. And I always, for some reason, start at my chin. Don't ask me why. And then I usually go like this across my jawbone, like that. And then I usually blend it down. And I usually like to come up a little bit on the corner by my ear, because that's going to be closing up the face towards this area and rounding it instead of leaving it square. Because if you just leave it like real harsh coming out, you're going to actually be making that face look more angular looking, and it's going to leave you looking actually kind of manly. So I always make sure to soften up the edges. And the trick works. I mean, you can see in pictures, and you can even see now. The trick works. And it hardly takes too much color to get the effect, you know? You don't have to be real heavy-handed with it to get a difference here. So... Okay. Let's see, what am I doing next? Usually at this point I do blush. So I'm going to take a blush which don't even listen to me, because this blush, I don't even know if it exists anymore, because I got it, it's going to be really hard to replace the color actually. I got it on clearance about 4 years ago at Big Lots, and I don't even think it exists anymore. In fact, I'm not going to even show it. But the color of it is what I go for. You want to go for like a, for me, like a pinky red color because of the natural hues in my face. But I actually have a lot of different colors I go after. And I'm going to use this like more rounded, fluffier brush. And I go right between where I highlighted and where I contoured. And I'm patting it on actually this time. And then I'm kind of like blending it up into my highlight. And you do want it to be pretty intense. And I just love blush. Okay. Okay. So at this point, usually I go ahead and take more pretty pink and put more right there. I could probably blend my blend my blush up a little bit more. And bring my highlight down a smidge, but not too much of a smidge, because that's getting into blush territory now. There's going to be a balance, and you're going to figure it out once you get going, what your ratios are, and like where your cheeks lay at, and all that good stuff. Okay. This side needs a little. This side needs a little better. I just see things. Okay. Now I think I go for my... No. I skipped the nose, because I always usually skip my nose. I usually skip my nose because my nose is just my nose. Huge honking piece of crap to live without. And it's from my Jewish heritage, so Olave. I'm gonna take, it lies and says it's a glimmer eye set, but really it's matte. I'm gonna take this brown right here. Why I've been using this particular set for my nose, I don't understand, but this color just looked really good the other day when I did it. And I'm going to take a really thinnish kind of style brush, eyeshadow brush, and I actually am going to start like, whoa, that's too intense. Actually, does this have something on it from the last time I did drag or something? Yeah, because that is not the color I'm going for. This crap happens all the time. Where's tissue? Okay. At least you get a good idea where I'm headed with this. This kind of stuff happens though. So we're going to take a different brush, not that brush. A brush that preferably has nothing on it. Which is probably close to impossible right now because of using my brushes. So I'm just going to take this one. Bring back to business. And we're going to start up here with this light brownish color. I'm going to stay on the side of my nose and do that. I'm going to bring it around the bottom of my nose like that. Like around here. I'm going to go around the other side. And look how I'm connecting it with where my crease is going to go. Learn that from Raven. My nose is just so bulbous. I feel when I do this. Okay, now I'm going to blend down. And I use my fingers for some odd reason too. Just on my nose, because I'm so self-conscious of this thing. Just so self-conscious. And if you're not too careful, it does make it look bigger. That's the problem. That's why I don't think I like doing this. But it really does thin out the whole face when you do it right. Okay, so pretty pink on a brush again. Down the middle of the schnoozeroo. And I think I'm going to carry up the pretty pink up here too. So it pretty much just goes everywhere at this point, if you're not gathering. That's really sexy. Really sexy, mama. Oh my. A little too much. Pretty pink. Yeah, that's back to where I normally cook it at. Okay. So once all this nonsense is done, which you've got like 75% of the face done, I'm going to go on to brows. And brows is really kind of hard to explain because you just do them. I mean, you don't really, I can kind of explain, but you get to a point where you just find your method and you just do it. When I first started doing drag, I actually used, I think I still have it right here somewhere. I think I usually put it in my makeup case even though I don't use it no more. A stencil to kind of get a guide, to get a start. Now I just wing it. So what I do, to the best I can explain this, is I start on more blending. Usually my right eye. I'm not going to be able to watch myself do this in here because this is going to be way too surreal. So I'm going to start right here. I'll even etch a little bit of it. And I usually go not very far from my natural brow that's been already covered up and everything. I don't usually go like woo, up over, you know, the top of my forehead. I usually don't. Sometimes they turn out Joan Crawfordy. Sometimes they turn out pretty thinnish. Usually they come out pretty thinnish. But I usually just start with kind of like a guideline of where I'm going to go. And my worst habit is I accidentally tend to get it thicker towards the end and end up having to make it up other places. It's kind of high for me. I don't usually do them this high. Sorry. And really thin. It's a good brown night. So that's what it ends up looking like. But of course, when you go to build up your crease and blend your crease up and up and up, you have now all this glorious eye space here. So that brow, even though it looks really obnoxiously high, is right where you want it. Because your lashes are also going to be so big that everything's going to be proportionate once we're done. Okay, so now we do the other brow and just hope they match. So like I said, I start with like a little bit to know where I'm going with this. I usually look back to see, are we going the same directions? And I can see, yes, I'm going the same directions. Am I arching the same way? Because sometimes I can arch differently and not even intend to. Like this one can be way woo, and this one can be way woo, way over here. So if it starts to look a little bit etchy looking, like that's getting to look, that's kind of alright. I'm okay with that. Only because it's only going to make it look more natural. Because if you just have like going on, that's going to look not very natural. So, as you can see, our brows are on. They're quite fantastical. I'm actually very impressed with them this time. They're actually the part I stress about the most, usually. And also, you're going to want to pick a color that best fits whatever wig you're going to be wearing. So if you're going to be wearing a pink wig, probably big brown brows aren't going to be very appropriate. So you're just going to want to go with whatever color you're going to do at the time. Alright. So I'm going to take the pretty pink again. This whole video is practically brought to you by Pretty Pink from Midnight. Where did that brush go? Yikes. Where did it go? Okay. Do I really even need to do this right now? Probably not, but I don't care. Does everyone love how I talk to myself? It's kind of cray-cray, just letting you know. Alright. I'm just going to take this brush because I don't even care at this point where that brush went. Oh, there you went! Down there. You can now at this point, like, if there's any space left where underneath the brow area that didn't get covered in highlight, you can highlight that area now. See what I'm doing? Because, especially this time, I drew them a little higher. I found I can't hardly practically replicate the same exact eye look, the same exact drag look twice. They're like snowflakes. Every time they get a little different. But they all look sort of the same. So I'm going to take my card and my brush, and I'm going to do my temples again. I usually do my temples again at this point, because I'm usually not satisfied with them. I think one might be a little lower. That's alright. Miss Chastity, my darling, you're looking pretty. Okay. When did that highlight? Because I just want to. Now for eyes. No, where do I get started on eyes? Eyes can be the most complicated part of the whole thing, I think, because we're working with colors, we're working with positioning, you know, we're working with a lot of stuff here. So I usually have been using Shadow Insurance from Too Faced. And it is a eye primer. And I just gloop a little of the bottle and throw it on my eyes. And what this is going to do is it's going to help the eyeshadow stick to the eye. It's going to help the shadow not crease or go anywhere. You don't have to use Shadow Insurance. You don't have to use an eye primer probably at all. If you don't want to, I'm just a makeup geek and do, because I'm just that way. This is the only actual high-end product I use, probably consistently every time. So now you're going to have that bit of a stickiness feel. You can get the same effect if you put your foundation over. It's just I can't always trust my foundation is going to not crease. You know, you never know sometimes. Even when you pack it on, it's going to crease. Another thing I need to probably tell you is that normally if I'm not using the Max Factor, this is what I normally use, is Ben Nye Matte HD Foundation. It's like $10 in Warm Olive 1. So, if you happen to look a little bit, it's pretty much medium, you know, neutral. Because I don't know. I'm just a neutral. I'm a neutral. I've decided I'm a neutral base. Not too warm, not too cool. Neutral. Alright, so what I usually start with first, before anything else, is I put a white on the insides of my eyes. So I'm going to start with, what color am I going to do to this? We use this time for it. I think I'll use a little bit of these for a while. Oh, you know what? Where'd you go? It's hunting tonight for anything. Crap. Hope I can know where my... Yeah, I just saw my lashes. I'll say. Those are kind of vital. So tonight... It's going to take up forever to find it. We're going to go really supernatural. Or not. What am I going to use the inside? Usually I start with the brightest color in the inside. Where is that? Where'd that palette go? I don't think I have that out already, did I? No, didn't think it had. You can just skip through this, because this is uninteresting. Really uninteresting. You know what? Tonight we're doing this. I'm going to use... And it's a shimmery color, because I do sometimes use shimmer. It's a knockoff of polyester bright called Glisten from a brand called Prestige. And I'm going to use just a medium-sized brush. I'm going to start on the inside, very inside. And I usually bring it out down into the tear duct. This opens up the eye. It also tends to feminize it too. Like so. You can bring it up. If you bring it up too far, that's really okay, because we're going to be blending up and down and all around. So... And I'm doing the same to the other side. Just starting on the inside quarter. Okay, and once you got your white on, but you don't have to do white, you can also do other colors, but just being as close to what I normally do as possible right now. I usually go for like a metallic gold or bronze or copper. At that point, that's usually where I put my frostier metallic colors in, because it's not going to interfere with up here. Usually brings in a pop, usually brings in a medium tone. Need to keep that out just in case I have to blend with something. So we're going to go with this color from palette from Wet n Wild. Which one is it? Sparkle Till Morning! And it is going to be like, it's sort of a dupe-ish for a half-baked. Or baked, whichever one. It's one of the ones from the Urban Decay. And I'm going to start in the middle of my natural eye, like right here. I'm going to start applying that in. And you're going to go all the way up. See, that's the reason why we keep extra pretty pink around. We're going to go up to the natural crease. But I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to have other colors that are to come. So that's how it starts to look. Nothing is blended at this point, so don't judge me. I'm not going to stop looking like a hooker. Looking like a hooker. Okay, so you see I'm just like sweeping that up into it. I'm packing a little bit too. If you wanted a really severe line, you could always also take your, but I don't really want a severe line tonight. I kind of want them rounded and pretty. It all really depends on the look you're going after. Tonight I'm going for a real natural look. Okay, so next would be my more medium shade, and the reason I put my medium shade on first before I really put my dark shade on is because I want to really connect my colors, all my colors up, and I also want to make sure that I don't, I want to make sure that that color gets in there before my darker color comes around, before my crease color comes in to play. I'll actually put a different color on in here, somewhere around here too. I'm going to take this pretty pinky color, not pinky, like pretty much just my shade. I'll put it way up here. Instinct says to do that, and I'm going to. Doesn't really change much, but I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna take now that color right there, just like right there, that color. It's a little bit darker. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, and I think I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna start right above, more chiselly kind of a brush here. That one brush wasn't dirty. This brush wasn't dirty. Fantastic. Let's see. This will work. You're gonna start here. You're gonna start above where you did the inner eye, and you're gonna take it across like that. And then I usually bring it up to there, like that. See what I did there? I'll do it again. I start real light, well, real heavy, excuse me. Real heavy right here. And I keep on etching. Till you get to your other side. This is going to be the area slightly above the crease. And then I'm just going to fan out the other direction and blend all the way up to the natural brow. And then because this isn't as deep, dark, severe as I want, which is the point, we're just trying to get a basis of color, you're going to see, look, I'm connecting, and I'm going to start blending. Where's my brush? Okay. Now, because it is so terrifying to use darker colors, because once they're on your face, they're on your face. It's really kind of hard to avoid it. I usually, when I'm working with darker colors, start with a smaller brush, and then I blend out. So I'm going to start with this color here. It's like Beauty Marked almost from MAC. This is going to be that color right there by this oil slick dupe. I heart this brush. I love it. I'm going to blow off a little excess, and I'm going to start at I'm going to build a crease, but I'm going to start at right here, and you see how I'm drawing? I'm going to draw a line. But this time I'm going to draw down. And then I'm going to go to my natural crease, and I'm going to start building up the dark. Like that. And that's how we start getting a crease. Then once you get to the point you're comfortable enough for a bigger brush, get your bigger brush out, and you start bringing it up and intensifying it, and blending it out, like so. And then you're going to really bring it out. You're going to bring it up all the way up to the normal clear past towards the end up there, like so. And that is how you get an eye. If you find that you've blended too much and you're stopping, you stop getting the central point of color, the darkest point of color in the crease anymore, you can always take a dash of black with close to whatever color you're using. Obviously it couldn't be super light colors, but that is what brings you back just a little bit of a hint of depth. And it won't be obvious you use black at all, actually. And now I'm going to blend and blend and blend. But I'm not going to blend so much down here. I may blend a little, but you want it to kind of keep the lines going on, like so. Clean up the temple again. Yep, that looks really good. I want to take more of the original goldy color we used. I'm just going to add some more in and bring it up, and maybe even in the eye more a little bit where I put the white. And there you have it. I'm just softening because you'll want to soften a lot. And I'm going to match up the other eye and finish it off. What you doing, sweetheart? You're not trying to eat glitter, are you? You're not going to be like me in kindergarten. I got in trouble for that shit. I had to take glitter away from the kitty. She won't eat that. Okay. Wow, we're close to working on an hour just because I talk and talk and talk and talk. That was bullshit. Hey! Knock it off. You're messing up with the recording. I'm cool until you mess up with the recording. Then when you mess up with the recording, then we're gonna have problems, toots. Looking good. Kind of editing as I go. Blending. Alright. This part can take a while, you know, because I just kind of do something, see if I like it, move it around, change it. If I don't, move it around again. Kind of take some more gold on this side. Okay, I'm happy with them. I am really happy with them. Okay. And then after you've gotten through all this, you're going to want to line your eyes with the liquid liner. Here you are. I've been using MICs. It's kind of a bitch to work with, but gets the job done. So you're going to run a pretty it's not super thin. Not super thick, it's just kind of the normal line I do. Okay, and I'm going to do this side. And I usually start in the middle when I take it out. I'd say we're pretty even there. Okay. You're going to want that to dry completely because you can transfer obviously to your lids, and you don't want to do that. So let it dry. After letting it dry, it gives me a chance to find my black liner anyway. Down below liner. Pencil liner. Either everything's a hot mess in here, or I don't even have all my shit in here. Starting to believe the latter. What even was that? Was that my... That was my high beam. Okay. You should see my desk. It's ridiculous right now. So we're going to take a black liner. I'm just using a, not one I'm a fan of, from Rimmel. Because I couldn't find my Jordana one. Love my Jordana one. My Jordana one's my love. Because this one tends to wipe away real quick. I start in my waterline, as you saw. And do that. And then I usually carry it down a little bit. I usually drag my pencil between like the waterline and my natural lash line, just to kind of make a connection and get some liner going on here. Okay. Now we're ready for lashes. These are so old. I need to replace my lashes. I reuse them longer than you even want to know. And I usually have Lash Duo, but of course I don't right now. I'm out of near everything. That one's... I think we need to gag a little bit. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And I don't really pick a side that I start on first. I usually just, whichever side I happen to pick up first that I've got the glue on, is the guy I put it on. So... I do not use, and will never use, weave glue on my or around my eyes. And then usually what I do to get the lashes where I want them is I'll take the end of a makeup brush, glue myself shut, and then I bend them up, and then I usually check my lashes, make sure they're being friendly with the fake ones. Let's put on a fake lash. I don't have enough glue. I don't even have lips done, and we're going on over an hour. It's probably gonna take forever today to load to YouTube. I don't really care. Okay. And we'll put on the lash on the other side. And because obviously I have brownish blonde lashes that are now covered in shadow and makeup ick, they are going to need something to make themselves look. So of course, pull out some mascara, which tonight I'm using CoverGirl Lash Blast Luxe, which actually I usually use Colossal from Maybelline. Wow, this one's way over than it needs to be. That's that bad habit I have. They usually end up like way over here, not even hardly on my lid anymore. And then I do apply some to the lower lashes. I need to start buying and using lower lashes. Fake ones on top and bottom too. Alright. Now for lips. Open up all that business. And I'm going to start with a really awesome color, which I use. If you know me and you watch me perform a lot, you know I use MAC every once in a while. Love me some MAC. So I'm going to wear Gaga tonight. My Gaga looks awful in the tube. Don't judge me, she's just been shouting out in the car way too many times. You really, though, probably should have lined. I should have lined first. Which, I'm going to use a, like, berry color, which I know sounds weird, even though I could probably even like this if I wanted to, too. Just depends on, like I said before, it really depends on your preference. It depends on the look that you're going after for that night. I wanted a little bit more dramatic, so I'm going to use a dark lip liner from Jordana called Cabernet. Kind of like a berry color. And you're going to start on the outside. And you're just going to, like, for this lip look, because I'll teach different other lip looks too, you're just going to like 3D them. Obviously with your darkest point of color being the insides of your lips and being going slightly thinner and just out, yeah. And then I'm going to take a brush, oh, shit, and just blend down. Now see what's happening? We're getting dimension. Ugliest lip look in the ugliest way to do your lips in the world, like ugliest way to pucker them. Best way to figure out where to put this shit. And there you go. 3D lips. Which I still feel could even be darker. And then once you get to this point, you're going to take a little bit of, hey, stop trying to irritate me, Missy. Mayron Clown White Light, because it's like cotton, not cotton candy, like cottage cheese. You're going to take your brush, your one you use to blend out all the edges with. There's a reason why, like, that looks like that. Hey, I know you like to play with my can't even finish sentences. Oh, dear me, I'm getting tired. I know you like playing with it. She's so funny. She's the most curious little kitty. We're going to put a little bit of that white on there, and we're going to put it right in the middle. Like that. And a little bit on top. And then we're gonna go get that effect. And we're gonna spread it and blend it. And spread it and blend it till it looks like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like. And then if you want to even make it a bit more dramatic, you can put a little bit more. And then this time, I haven't been doing it a lot lately because I've been wanting more satinier, matter lips. But I'm going to take, I say I'm going to take a lot. I've noticed that. I've been using this. Does it come off looking green? Just a lip gloss. It has shimmer in it. Okay. And the look is done. It's true. Finally done. An hour and 20 minutes later of gabbing. Looks time. So, let me throw my wig on. I'm actually not going to put any dry clothes on tonight. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not going to really attach my wig like I normally do. I'm going to do like other more tips and tricks later. Tonight was just really to bust out the makeup and really get the makeup looking good. Then we'll worry about the other stuff later. I'm gonna take my feather out right now. It's where this thing was attached to my head by the time I put it on me. I start thinking this shit hurts when it doesn't. Woo! Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Shit. Oh, you're like really tangled up there. Woo! Might even put more. Dark brown up here. I'm gonna go get my brush real quick. And I'm gonna brush out the top of her so she looks a little bit presentable. This is actually two different wigs going on here. And you can always finish up any more paint job that you gotta do. I am quite obsessed with pretty pink, I realize this. Not my color really left some unnecessary shimmer all over my face. And these two wigs, you can tell, are not attached. Yeah, I did not shave any of my shit. Next time I get in drag and do a tutorial, we'll talk about hair and how to take care of it, and how to style it. All that good stuff. We're just going to go through all of it. We're going to go through all the works. But you got a very detailed tutorial on my makeup looks. So, and pretty much just do this in different colors. And that's basically it. You know. Okay. So, now I'm going to throw on some jewelry just for the shit of it, even though I've got a hair everywhere and look like still a man. So let's throw on something other than what I was expecting to throw on. Let's throw on these little babies. These haven't had a chance to really shine yet. I get jewelry anywhere I can find it really fabulous and big. And I found some at Rue 21. I was a happy girl. Very happy girl indeed. I love these. Yes, I do. I may have to actually put on a shirt backwards or something and cover all this up so I can take some glamour shots. Because you can't have hair on your titties and try to look pretty. You just can't. It's impossible. Hair's getting so long. Could probably start combing it in. No, not that long. I don't even know at this point. I'm just being cuckoo. We're cuckoo buffs. So I really hope that everyone enjoyed this tutorial that was watching. I hope that you guys sat through all of the hour and a half of my craziness. Enjoyed it, loved the look. I do. The eyes are pretty good. The eyes. I'm gonna be locking that into the memory. It's pretty basic though. I mean, this is the most basic look you can go with. You can't even you can't go wrong with this shit. In fact, I could even come in with a little bit more of this. Always. You can always come in with more. And blend. Oh, yeah, see. Do 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 do. Let me put a shirt on backwards. Yeah. Be back! I'll probably pick my purple one. Purple one's like my trademark. Maybe I'll pick the coral one. Okay, midnight, out of my closet. You love my closet. Come on. I know. Such a funny cat. Okay. Purple shirt. They just help when you don't see all the chest hair. Didn't put any tits on. I think I lost one of my tits actually. Gonna have to make some new ones. That's okay. I was starting to think I might want to replace them anyway. You know. I don't know why I always like to pucker my lips like that. People don't like it usually. They usually think, what are you doing? Dirty. I don't know. This is going to direct planets. I don't even know. Whew, I should just wrap this shit up. I'll see you guys later. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm getting into my zone. I'm getting into my characters. What's happening right now, actually. Because, you know, when you feel fabulous, that's when she comes out. Chastity's a bit of a skank. I don't know. I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys learned a lot. What have we also learned? Pretty pink. Pretty much used for everything. And if you're a girl of color, they also have a another color called Banana Visage, which will actually work out better for your skin tone. So, you know, if you realize that this is going to make you look ashy and not match, pick other colors. You just have to go to your local theater store and have them hook you up. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Toodles!